Get your wallets ready. The Steam Deck is on its way. We have an official release date and information on how you're going to be notified to pay for it and how long you have to pay for it. So, this should be good information for everyone who has a Steam Deck on reserve. Now, there's been a steady stream of information and news coming out from Valve and concerning the Steam Deck since they first announced it summer of last year. Steam Deck dev kits were on the move back in September. They put an FAQ up. I found this pretty interesting to take a look inside the Steam Deck where they disassembled it, took it apart, and pretty much said, hey, you shouldn't do any of this, but we're going to show you how. Very transparent on this and how they're going to be showing the source for replacement parts if you need them, like thumbsticks and stuff like that. So yeah, a steady stream of things. The one thing I found really interesting, which was pretty good information, is this Steam Deck Verified, how they're doing this, where they're going through testing all the games, and to be verified for Steam Deck, you have to meet like certain criteria. You have to have these 4 check boxes green. Input, this title should have full controller support. Use appropriate controller input icons. Display, game should run at the default resolution of 1280 by 800 or 1280 by 720. Have good default settings. Text should be legible. Seamlessness. Title shouldn't display any compatibility warnings. System support. If running through Proton, the game and all its middleware should be supported by Proton. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that they're doing here to make sure this is going to be a very smooth launch, I hope. I know there's going to be a lot of updates and whatnot through time with their OS and whatnot, but today, not too long ago, they just announced that the official launch date is February 25th. So that's like right around the corner. Not even a month away, right? Right around the corner if you were one of the lucky few to get your Steam Deck, in that first queue. Like, hey, boom, you're the first people getting it. Myself, I'm quarter 2. Let's see how that goes. Maybe it'll trickle down, people canceling, not being able to pay, deciding against it, that kind of thing. I hope everybody who wants one's able to get one, but no doubt there will be people who cancel them. And it's going to go in order of when you placed your pre-order. My pre-order was within the first 3 to 5 minutes, like when I looked at my my confirmation email. But yeah, I didn't get in on that first one. You had to be the first 10 seconds or something, right? But here you go. On February 25th, we will be sending out the first batch of order emails to reservation holders. Customers will have 3 days, that's 72 hours, from receipt of their email to make their purchase before their reservation is released to the next person in queue. So that's what I'm talking about. There's going to be people who get that email and are like, for one reason or another, either they decided against it, budget-wise they can't do it, something came up. Maybe they decided this wasn't for them. They got a gaming PC instead. They don't want this thing. Whatever. There's going to be people who cancel, and it's going to trickle over. Every person who doesn't pay within 3 days, it's going to go to the next person. So it's just going to keep falling for however long it does, right? And that should be through all the batches until this thing is just widely available, and they have a stockpile of them that you could just order it and they ship it the next day type of thing, which I would imagine won't be for a long while. So the first units will be on their way to customers starting the 28th. So the 25th is really the launch date of, hey, we want the money. Give us our money that you owe us if you want this thing. And then the 28th is when they're going to start shipping them. So a little clarification there. In addition, we're sending out press units for full review shortly. Press review embargo on the Steam Deck coverage will lift on the 25th. So people like big name YouTubers and press, certain press people and outlets out there who are good with Valve, they'll be getting these things in their hands and doing in-depth reviews. But I'm sure they'll be getting them pretty soon within the next couple weeks, and then they'll have a few weeks to prepare for whatever video content and coverage that they want to put out there. So keep an eye out for all that kind of stuff. I'm sure a lot of channels and pages, I'm sure Linus Tech Tips and stuff like that will get all the people who went to I would imagine all the people who went to their little test thing where they got to check them out and make videos, and I'm sure those people will be getting review copies. So yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of coverage coming up. I'm looking forward to taking a look at a little bit. I don't like spoiling myself too much. I like having a fresh experience, so I may skim through some maybe like I said, like Linus Tech Tips. I watch that channel, but like if they put out a video, I'll probably skim through it a little bit. But I want to be excited and wait till I get my hands on it. So, but yeah, a lot of coverage will be out there. In the meantime, we're working to tie up last few loose ends and polish some rough edges, and are excited to get these out to you at the end of the next month. Additional details: we will start sending invites shortly after 10 a.m. Pacific time on February 25th. Order emails are sent in the same order that the reservations were made. You can only order the Steam Deck model that you originally reserved. That's one thing that we've talked about in the past. Whatever one you reserved, that's the one you have to get. If you don't want that model, you have to cancel it and then reserve again, and then you're just put at the back of the line, like way back. So, I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of talks like, hey, upgrading the storage and that kind of thing. They're all the same models. It's just, a few little details here and there as far as like the higher, the more expensive one. Let me take a look. The more expensive one, the $650 one, fastest storage, so it just has better storage, anti-glare etched glass, and an exclusive carrying case. A few little extras just depending on what you get, but you should be able to do some upgrades to these things, if you want. Just, be careful. Figure it out, right? You can only, like I said, you can only order that model that you reserved. You cancel it, you start all over. The deposit that you put, which was what, $5, can be applied to the final price of Steam Deck, and shipping costs are included. Now, I know a lot of people, like, I didn't do it, and I kind of thought about it, but I was like, I don't really want to add money to my Steam wallet. But some people kind of looked at it almost like layaway, like let me put money on my Steam wallet, like maybe every paycheck or something like that, put like 10, 20, $50 or something, whatever, right? I almost considered doing that. Now I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing it, but I was like, I don't really like the idea of having money sitting in a wallet. But man, now it's like, okay, mine, I probably won't get mine for a few months or whatever, or whenever it comes up. But yeah, that might have been a smart move, but I just wasn't as comfortable doing it. So you're going to be able to use your Steam wallet, just pay for it however. But yeah, a lot of good news here coming out right around the corner. We already knew it was coming out end of February, but now we got those specific details on when to expect everything. It's really exciting. I've said this before, and people are like, yeah, like it is a replacement for console gaming. And I'm like, it's a PC, man. I'm extremely excited for it to have something quality like this. To me, it's not going to replace like my Nintendo Switch because, hey, I don't emulate Switch games. I'm going to play Switch games on the Switch. But there's going to be a lot of people out there who really dig into this thing and get the most out of it. Me personally, I mainly want it for my Steam library on the go, leisurely sitting around in the living room or whatever. That's what I want to use it for. And I'm really excited and can't wait for this thing. Whatever reason you want it or don't want it, I respect as well, Just can't wait, man. I'm really excited. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for hanging. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.